Welcome to the Alchemist Show.
Hello, this is Danny Fortner.
And Chrissy Smith.
Today we're going to talk about some recent video game releases and what people had to say about them. There was Destiny, which was created by Bungie and released September 9th this year. It's available on the Xbox 360, Xbox One, along with the PlayStation 3 and 4. It's been rated a 6.9 out of 10, which after the comments people have made, I can see why. A lot of people have said how they preferred the beta version to the full game. How the full version, although it is a good shooter, it's lacking many other areas. These areas include a good storyline, smart enemies, and the ability to group easily. The lack of the ability to group easily is mainly due to no range-based voice communication, no auto-grouping toggle, and no public groups. That doesn't sound like very much fun to anyone for me. There's also Arcade, which is an MMORPG created by Korean game developer Jake Song. This game was released on September 16th and is only available to PC as of now. This game is rated at a 6.4 out of 10, which the main reason it's been rated with this score is that people have said they could have done better with certain things. Even though it used CryEngine, it could have looked better and the storyline could have been better as well. People have complimented Arcade, although with those minor things. People have also complimented Arcade on the thought, music, and creativity put into this game. But as usual, everyone's opinion is going to vary depending on what they like or dislike.
I'm here to talk about Sims 4 and Borderlands the pre-sequel. The Sims 4 is the latest and newest installment for the Maxis and Electronic Arts Simulation series. The Sims 4 was released for the PC on September 2nd. With the Sims games, we are able to create our own sim or person and play around with every aspect of their lives. Almost like directing a film. Sims 4 introduces a new way of creating a sim by simply clicking and dragging on a certain body part, and it also has better multitasking abilities than in the previous games. Another game that is also in a series of its own is Borderlands the pre-sequel. The Borderlands series is an action shooter role-playing game developed by 2K Games and Gearbox Software. It is set for release on October 14th for the PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. 2K Games. This previous release, Borderlands 2, was its most successful game. 2K hopes and plans that this game will be the next most successful game. They have introduced a new idea by making most of their villainous characters villains because it is their right to do so. And with both games, I have a very strong desire to play them. I have already played The Sims 4 and I enjoy it just as much as the other Sims games. But the developers left out one mechanic that allows you to make clothing and objects more original. You can, however, still use add-ons within the game, such as downloadable content. And with the new Borderlands game, I just hope it is as fun as Borderlands 2.
And as for me, you could probably tell I haven't played either one of them, but that doesn't mean I'm not interested in them. Like with Destiny, I've seen the previews and I really want to play it just for the experience and to have my own opinion of it. Although when it comes to Arcade, I'm not that interested in it, and I kind of just want to play it just to see what everyone's complaining about.
This was Chrissy.
And Danny.
Thanks for listening.
Parents know that the arts are an integral part of their kids' education. The arts help teach kids tolerance and openness, and they allow children to express themselves creatively and grow as individuals. The sad truth, however, is that today in America, kids spend more time at their lockers than they do in art classes. And every year, a little more art disappears from the curriculum. Play a part in your kids' education. Stand up and demand their fair share of art. For more information on what you can do, visit americansforthearts.org. Because the less art kids get, the more it shows. Art. Ask for more. A public service message brought to you by Americans for the Arts and the Ad Council.
Hello and welcome to this week's show. This is Andy Glow,
Braden Boyer,
and Josiah Thompson.
We're here to talk about the most enjoyable games we play. To start off with my two favorites. My first one is League of Legends. League is a PC game that came out in October 2009. It's a fast-paced, competitive online game. You control a champion with unique design and playstyle to battle on multiple battlefields and game modes. There are 120 champions to choose from. There's normal 5v5 and 3v3 mode. There's also A-Room mode, which you don't get to choose your own champion. Each mode consists of 2 teams. Each team has turrets and nexus. Whoever destroys the nexus first wins the game. Minions will spawn on each side to help you fight. You control your champ from sky view, and the max level is 30. Once level 30, you can play rank and see how you stack up to other players. Now, my second game is also a PC game called World of Warcraft. This game came out in 2004. You create a character and you can have up to 10 characters. There's 2 sides you can choose from, the Alliance and the Horde. Each side has 5 races, which makes it 11 race total because there's a race that can be both Alliance or Horde. You also choose a class for your race. There are 10 classes total, from close-up fighter such as warrior to long-range hunter. You control this character from a third-person view to explore places, fighting monsters, and doing quests. You gain experiment point, and the max level is 90. Soon it will be 95. There's also player versus player mode. You enter a battlefield to fight your opposite side. That's it for my 2 favorite games. Moving on to Brayden.
Thanks, Eddie, and now I'll be talking about Magic Pendule, The Quest for Color, and Kirby and the Crystal Shards. First off, Magic Pendule starts you off with the player being drawn into the world of a live drawings called doodles. The first person who you'll meet is a girl named Zoe and her foster brother, Tero. It turns out that their father, Galileo, has run off to escape the Doodle King, who is power-hungry. So you are then put on a quest to help Zoe and Tero to find their father, battle multiple characters, and eventually the Doodle King himself. After knowing this, you obtain a pendule, an item that helps you create your own doodles through colors. You obtain these colors through battling opponents, and you battle these opponents through a game kind of like rock, paper, scissors. Now onward to Kirby and the Crystal Shards. In this game, you play as a cute pink alien named Kirby. As he was taking a nap on his home planet of Ripplestar, the great crystal became shattered through the magic of dark matter. Now it's up to Kirby and his friends to go from planet to planet, collect all 74 pieces of the crystal, and defeat dark matter once and for all. You are able to gain abilities as Kirby by eating your foes. You can combine the abilities you obtain by eating another enemy again. These combined abilities will then turn into a mega ability for your use. And now here's Josiah.
Thanks, Brayden. I will be talking about not only 2 games, but 2 game franchises, which are Nintendo Super Smash Bros. Franchise and Microsoft Halo franchise. There have been 4 Super Smash Bros. Games released in the franchise so far, with the 5th on the way. The first Super Smash Bros. Game came out in 1999 and was released on the Nintendo 64. The game featured characters such as Mario, Link, Donkey Kong, and Kirby. Between the US and Japan, the game sold 3.7 million copies. The second Super Smash Bros. Was released in 2001 entitled Super Smash Bros. Melee, with the original characters returning with the addition of Bowser, Peach, and now the fan favorites, Ice Climbers. The game sold 7 million copies worldwide. The third game in the Super Smash Bros. Franchise was released on the Wii and is called Super Smash Bros. Brawl and was released in 2008. The game features 27 characters total, with most of the original characters coming back, but brought back some new characters to the scene, such as Meta Knight from the Kirby series, Wario from the Mario series, one of the all-time fan favorite video game characters, Sonic, and Snake from the Metal Gear series. The game sold 1.4 million copies in the first week in the United States. The next game in the series is going back to its original name of Super Smash Bros., but people call it Super Smash Bros. 4. This game will feature 51 characters in total and will bring in some amazing and exciting newcomers such as Villager from the Animal Crossing series, the Wii Fit Trainer, the Duck Hunt Dog, Pac-Man, and the 2 most anticipated characters in the game, Mega Man and Little Mac from the Punch-Out games. No official release date is known yet, besides Nintendo stating that it will be released this holiday 2014. The next franchise we'll talk about is Microsoft's Halo franchise. The main platform Halo has been released on is the Xbox series. The game is a first-person shooter and is a science fiction universe created by Bungie Studios, where humans are able to colonize on planets other than Earth. A keystone of these efforts is the planet Reach. 27 years before the game, an advanced alien race called the Covenant attacked the human settlements. You play as the character Master Chief, and your job is to stop the Covenant from destroying mankind. Halo is the top-selling military science fiction franchise first shooter person of all time. The series has spanned 15 years of gaming and has gone from 2001 to 2016. Bungie, which made the Halo games to start off, split off from Microsoft after Halo 3, but still made the games ODST and Reach. Eventually, 343 Industries stepped in and made Halo 4 and is in charge of making the rest of the Halo games. Now, if you will take the time and listen to this important message.
So I was at my nephew's Little League game the other day, and the kid pitching was throwing tomatoes instead of curveballs. It was a messy game to say the least, but eating a healthy diet of fruits and vegetables instead of throwing them could help keep your body healthy and strong. Packed with nutrients, they could give you the energy you need to hit that grand slam. Run, throw, think, eat better. Can your food do that? Find out at smallstep.gov. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the Ad Council, and this station.
Hello, my name is Hannah Hood, and joining me today is
Jacob Bergman.
Today we are here to talk about recent deaths of some people who made a difference in the world of entertainment. First we have Joan Rivers. Joan was born on June 8, 1933. She died on September 4, 2014. She was a co-host on E! And a stand-up comedian. She got her first big break by appearing on The Ed Sullivan Show. Her first stand-up appearance on the show was a result of one of Ed's famous verbal gaffes. Joan was a guest on the Johnny Carson Show until she got a show of her own. She did not tell Johnny, he found out from the news. The two never spoke again. Joan died from complications of cardiac arrest during a visit to a clinic for her vocal cords. She was on life support from August 30th until the day she died.
Next we have the actor Richard Kiel, born on September 13th, 1939. He died on September 10th, 2014. In case if you're wondering, his height was 7'1" because he had a hormonal condition called acromegaly. Richard was in the James Bond movie Jaws in A Spy Who Loved Me. Originally, he was only supposed to appear in that movie, but the audience reaction was so great that he was added to the next Bond movie, Moonraker. He also played Mr. Larson in Happy Gilmore and the Canamite in the classic Twilight Zone episode To Serve Man.
Third, we have Casey Kasem. He died on Sunday, June 15, 2014, at age 82. He died of Parkinson's disease and dementia. He was the king of the Top 40 Countdown from 1970 to 2009. He was also a prolific voice actor of cartoons. His most famous character was Shaggy from the Scooby-Doo cartoon. He was also the voice of Batman's sidekick Robin in Super Friends and many characters on the Transformer cartoon series of the 1980s. He was a radio legend and he received a Radio Icon Award.
Finally, we have Bob Crewe, born on November 12th, 1930. He passed on September 11th, 2014, at the age of 83. The cause of his death is unknown still after nearly a month. He co-wrote Big Girls Don't Cry, Can't Take My Eyes Off You, and other pop hits. He also provided music for the Broadway musical Jersey Boys. His biggest hits were as a singer and producer in the 50s and 60s. And in 1995, he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. We leave you today with one of Bob Crewe's biggest hits. Thanks for listening. This is Jacob Bergman.
And Hannah Hood.
Signing off.